What's going on, everybody? Today is Monday, June 8th, 2026. Welcome to episode 19 of To the Window Sports Betting Podcast. As always, I am Chris, your emotional, sometimes knowledgeable bettor, and I'm joined today, as always, by your WNBA betting expert, lover of the New York Knicks, and as always, your DGen gambling expert, Mr. Jemiah. Jemiah, how are you doing today? How are you feeling between the ears?
I'm good, man. Between the ears, I am great. I have much respect for good basketball, and that's what the Knicks are playing right now. It's good coaching, good systems, good rotations. Don't care for the city. Doesn't bother me at all. Good basketball is good basketball, and they are playing it. And that this NBA Finals, the most is probably going to go is 5 because Victor Wembanyama's looking every bit of 22 or 21
Yep.
or whatever he is.
Yeah.
And Cat is a grown-ass man, and that's that. That place is going to be rocking tonight, and I don't know that the Spurs have the wherewithal to handle it. Some of the guys do. Stephon Castle, he can handle it. Dylan Harper, he can handle it. Wemby, I don't know, man. He ain't there yet. He's so young. They're asking so much of him and putting the weight of the NBA world on his shoulders, and everybody's calling him the greatest player ever already, which is nuts. But he'll figure it out eventually. Not this year. 53-year curse is going to get broken this year.
It definitely looks that way. And as I was listening to somebody earlier this morning trying to get reacclimated to life today, and they were like, Cat is just going straight at that man. And Wemby is all length. I mean, obviously he's got a little bit more weight on him, like training with KG in the offseason. I think you've seen some benefit to that, but
not enough weight.
You got a grown-ass man who is just coming straight through you, and I think you're right. I think that we're probably looking at a gentleman's sweep there. We were talking before we hit the record button. Like, there's not as much left to talk about with this series at this point because it sure seems like what's done is done, and I think that the Knicks will finish it on Saturday. I do not think it'll be a clean sweep. It's going to be over with. And admittedly, I was texting my sister over the weekend who lives in New York, and I'm like, whatever you can do to get out of Dodge when the shit goes down, don't be there for the celebrations. Like, either be a part of it and flip a car over, or don't be there. But either way, I think Saturday night it's gonna.
I don't think they're not gonna do all that in New York, man. Like, you got Hasidic Jews dancing with bebop kids on the corner, dude. They're not burning shit. They're not breaking shit. It's gonna be fucking peaceful. It's gonna be exciting. They're gonna be very. There's no hope. That's what they're gonna do. Like, this is gonna unify that city after all the shit that they've been through. Look, you hate New York, love New York, whatever. 53 years, give it to them. They fucking deserve it. They've earned it. It's not like they just fell into some fucking luck. They're playing basketball the right fucking way. They're playing great basketball. Mike Brown is coaching his ass off. He learned from coaching the Cavs. He learned from coaching Golden State and being under Steve Kerr for all those years. And he's applying everything he learned from between LeBron, Steve Kerr, and those guys. He's applying it, and he's getting the best out of these guys. And they've all taken I've said this in the pod I did earlier this morning. These guys have all taken their lumps. When Jalen Brunson got traded, everybody trashed that dude.
Yeah.
He's not a real point guard. Dallas won that trade. Yeah, Dallas is looking real good right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas is looking real fucking stupid right now. And they've all got a chip on their shoulder, and they've all got something to prove. And they are proving it right now to the prematurely crowned new king of the NBA. He's 2 years ahead of schedule. I mean, is he good? Yeah. Dominant physically? Sure, about 15 more pounds, but between the ears, he is not there yet. And Cat is showing you what happens when you put a kid up against a grown-ass man.
That is taking him behind the woodshed right now. So
pretty much. So how was the vacation?
Vacation was fine. As much as one can actually be on a vacation while taking care of a 3.5-year-old. It was nice.
You decided to have her.
Say what?
I said you decided to have her.
Well, I mean, I played a small part in the process. That was it. No, man, it was good. We went to the Bahamas. We stayed at a really nice resort, Atlantis, which is pretty well known globally. Really awesome place. Created some awesome core memories. Nice to be able to be in a place besides just the home office for a little bit and see some water, get a chance to do some reading, all that stuff. So yeah, man, it was nice to kick it for a bit. Everything we tried to do with her, she hated. So, every beautiful, like, hey, do you want to meet a dolphin? And she's just like middle fingers to me, to the dolphin, to mom, to the people of Atlantis. So, but she's 3.5. She'd never really been on a trip like this before. It was our first big adventure. It was a wonderful time. It's a great place. Like, if anybody out there ever gets the opportunity to go to that place, and I know for our listeners, if we have people out there who are parents who also like to gamble and would like to be able to get rid of your child, you can do all those things at Atlantis. So it was it was great to have things that we could do as a family, we could do individually. And I was actually talking to my wife about this our last night. I know we're big Vegas people. You've been there more times than I have, but I would say we're both very knowledgeable on the product that's available in Vegas.
Yeah.
I can stay at nicer hotels in Vegas. We got our money's worth in the Bahamas. And that's a place where like everything was expensive, but like they gave a shit how good of a time you were having. If you couldn't find a chair, they were there to help you find one. These motherfuckers weren't looking for tips. They were legitimately just like, hey, what can we do to help you right now? And like that was just the energy all day, every day. So at a time where Vegas is justifiably, I think, being given a hard time about how far is my money really going here. I don't feel bad putting my kid on a 2.5-hour flight to go to another country, to go to a beach, and it's a shorter flight than Vegas, than to go there. We got the beach. The people are cool. I can get local food. I can do this. I can do that. Honestly, man, like I'd much rather do that. I know we've got commitments in Vegas later this year and that'll be fun. But like my wife and I were like, maybe this is the move. And
well, that's why I go to oh geez, sorry, excuse me. That's why I go to
yeah,
I mean, I'll go to Harrah's, and if I'm feeling really froggy because they comp everything at Harrah's Cherokee, Harrah's in New Orleans is now Caesars, and they comp everything Sunday through Thursday as well. And you take an hour flight, you have just as good of a time. And according to like the cats that I follow that live out in Vegas, Vegas is a joke now. They are gouging prices on everything.
They are.
It's trash. And I mean, we'll find out in September when we're out there. But I mean, from everything I'm hearing, it's just you're not even a customer out there to have a good time anymore. You're a victim.
Yeah,
and I don't want to be a part of that. So
no, dude, like we work too hard to be able to disappear when we can disappear. And it was nice to be at a place where people were like, hey man, thanks for being here, as opposed to just kind of like turning the blind eye and, kind of like the FU feeling. So it was a good trip, man. I don't know when we're going to do it again, but we had a wonderful time for now. And now it's back to the grind. And, we all came back with a bug. So if you see me taking a sip, I had to make some tea before this just to grind my way. Hopefully I don't sound like Gary Busey too much through this, because I'm sitting here thinking, oh, we can put this off. No, we can't. We're 3 days to the World Cup. So we're in it. And it's time to move forward. But yeah, mentally we're doing okay. Just back to it. So just trying to remember what direction is up, down, left, right, all that shit. So
how jet lag or no?
So traveling with a toddler is just permanent jet lag. But no, there's no time change there. It's more just I'm at a resort so Atlantis is like, if you took the Mandalay Bay and gave it the interior, like that level of detail that the Venetian has, that's what Atlantis is. Okay. So like beautiful property, lots of animals, you got the beaches, all that shit. The issue there is like, at least in Vegas, you do have the giant walkways, multiple paths to get from like one hotel to the other. You can go outside, you can do this, you can do that. Atlantis is 4 hotels that are all connected by essentially one hallway. Okay. And so it's pretty easy to navigate, but it also means like everybody's touching the same doors, the kids are touching the same shit. So no jet lag, but you get all that people in a confined space, and
it's a petri dish.
It is. Yeah. And so your boy's feeling it a little bit today, and I will fall on the sword for one reason, because if there's any two misgivings I have, and then we'll get into everything we need to cover today. One, I want to yell at GoPro, because I bought a GoPro intending to use this for not just the family vacation, but stuff that I would like to do with you in September in Vegas. So today I learned, when you buy a GoPro, you don't get a memory card with the camera. And
you gotta go buy the shit.
So, okay, clear, fair. So 2 days before we leave, I have that epiphany, or my wife does. Oh shit, we need to order one. We order the one they tell us to order. It doesn't work. We then order another one. This one doesn't work. We rush ordered 3 different memory cards to get here. One of them showed up Sunday morning before we got on the plane that day. And we were able to make it work. But then, of course, GoPro wants $10 a month just to access, like everybody now. Everything's a fucking subscription. So it was the camera wasn't great. We couldn't change out of the fisheye mode, which admittedly probably some user error there. It took us 3 memory cards to get what we want. We didn't know we had to pay for access to what we recorded until we actually set up the app. So admittedly, not the greatest experience with GoPro. I have no doubt that some of that is on
sounds like
me and my wife. But bro, I looked at her and I'm like, when you and I record the things we want to record in Vegas later this year, different camera, testing shit in advance. Like some
I'm
of
using my fucking phone.
Yeah. Well,
I've got a tripod for my phone. I'm using my phone. Like,
I wanted to be.
yeah.
I was thinking I'd be going in the water with my child, and so I was like, okay, I want something
underwater
waterproof.
shit. Yeah, it gives you all the fucking
Exactly.
My son has a GoPro that has all that, but
Good for him. I should have borrowed your son's. Would have
no,
saved
yeah,
me a lot of money.
he hadn't used it since he's been here.
Son of a bitch. Well, either way, could have saved me $300. But
Yeah.
that'll all be sent back. So there's that piece. GoPro. I do have a bone to pick with you. And my only complaint about Atlantis, I could not find a non-alcoholic beer to save my life.
Yeah, no, that's like trying to find one in New Orleans.
But so we did have a moment where it was like, okay, the kid goes to daycare. We went somewhere to, it was like, okay, we've got the dinner at Jose Andres as I'm texting you that night.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my God, my kid's not here. I'm looking for an NA beer, this and that. And I'm not going to lie to you, brother. I ordered a tequila and soda. But here's the thing. I look at it and I go,
why?
Why am I doing this? So while I order that and I'm looking at it, I'm like inherently disappointed. I can hear you in the back of my head. I can hear like all that, like I'm being facetious, but I'm like, man, what are you doing? And like in this moment, while this happens, this couple walks in who are like dapping up all the bartenders at the nicest bar at a luxury resort in the Caribbean. I'm like, if you're a regular at a place like this, either you're really putting on or like, God bless, life has been very kind to you when it comes to your finances. And this dude walks in, he's like, hey guys, how you doing, this and that? Hey, you guys got my Heineken Zero? And they were like, no, boss, we haven't had it in 2 months since the last time you were here. And he just went, see you guys later. Catch you next time. And just fucking walked up on out of there. And a guy who like knew the place, knew the people, they all bent over backwards to say hello to him. And I look at this fucking $15 drink I ordered. And I'm like, that's the kind of shit I'm supposed to be doing. So I paid for the shit and fucking walked away from it. And it affirmed for me in that trip, I did not want that. And I didn't need it. And what it, so yeah, like I wanted to share that with you because it was that moment of like, this is a test and I'm not going to fucking take the bait. So we keep going, we keep moving onward, but yeah, that's the end.
That is it. Once you get to the point where you don't need it, or you look at it and it's just like, why? Because when I was in Costa Rica getting my teeth done, we were walking around the pool resort at the in Cariari, and it was nice, man. But it was, people were getting their booze on early in the morning, which is something I used to do, which was cool. But we both looked at each other and just be like, that would just ruin a perfectly good vacation,
dude.
So why do it? What's the point? There is no point.
Getting off the plane in Nassau, and it was nothing but like just, and like maybe here, like they're so baked in around us that I'm just not aware of it, but it was like just nothing but ads for different, daiquiris and this and that. I'm looking at Jess and I'm like, this is about to be like, this is the exercise of, are we where we
Same
think
thing
we
in
are?
Costa Rica. Yes.
Yeah. And so
drinking cultures, man,
it gives me more strength for the mission we'll go on a few months from now, in September or whatever. And I'm glad that I took your advice in some other ways and was prepared in other means with which to enjoy myself. But yeah, it's just, it was something I didn't expect to happen. I had a moment of weakness, but I appreciate when it happened. I was like, no, fuck that. This is not the way. So
yeah, it's not worth it.
Wanted to share
not worth it, man. And like I said, I said something on the pod the other day that, we all hate our maladjustments. We all dislike things about ourselves. And we get the optical illusion that booze makes it better. It's still going to fucking be there tomorrow, man.
Yep.
Everything you don't like about yourself that goes away after that third drink, it's still going to be there tomorrow. And you're still not going to like it. And you're not going to like it even more tomorrow when you're hungover.
It's even worse. Yeah.
So just look in the fucking mirror, man, and face that shit. Fuck it. But enough of that, I guess. Never enough of that. But that's 15 minutes of us rambling on about your mental health. I hope if you're listening, you like and subscribe to the channel because your mental health is important. And if you do still drink, hey, good on you. That's you. I'm just not built for it.
Not anymore.
I'm the kind of guy that one is too many and 10 is not enough when it comes to drinking. So I can't do it. That's just me. So we've got the World Cup in 3 days, and Chris has the hot fire that he's going to bring for you.
I would like to think.
And I think it's going to be a hot fire. So what you got?
I hope so, man. I've fallen down the rabbit hole of rabbit holes. And we've already talked a couple of times about, do you want me to share my updated groups, that I put together? Would it be better or do you just want me to talk through it? What's going to be?
Hey man, you work it out. We are here to talk. Yeah, you work it out.
This is my Michael Jordan flu game right here. Your boy's going to do the best he can. So watch out, Byron Russell. Here we fucking go. So, all right, once I can figure out. So, important to note while I am looking to share this tab that I haven't made a whole lot of changes from the outcome. Like, as far as who I think is going to be there at the end, if you've seen other versions of the pod, the teams you've heard us talk about, those folks are going to be there. I do think now there's going to be some more interesting matchups coming in the round of 32 and in the quarterfinals, and the other matchups are going to come after it. But I do think that a couple of teams, like I was really looking through odds and reading through everything, there's a couple of teams that we've kind of loosely talked about that I think really have a chance to give us not just great upsets, but some great value as we get into launching this World Cup in just about 73 hours, basically, from time of recording. So let me not turn my camera off because I still have a face as ugly as it is, and let me share my predictions for the 2026 FIFA Men's World Cup. And I'll go group by group because I have revised some of these. So in Group A, we've got Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and Czech Republic. When we originally recorded this, I said that the Czech Republic were going to win this group and Mexico would finish in second. I have changed my song and dance based on the information I shared in the longer video over the weekend, taking into account South Korea is not leaving Mexico for the entirety of their group. I think Mexico is going to walk away from this group with 7 points. I do think that they will drop points against the Czech Republic, but I think they will have 7 points. It'll be enough for them to win this group. I think South Korea will come in second, Czech right behind them. South Africa goes home. Thank you guys for playing. As we get into Group B, no changes here. One of the things that I acknowledged in the last video, Bosnia, over 7,000 miles of travel just in the group stage alone. That's insane, but they are still the best team in this group, bar none, with current quality available. Canada, I expect, will get a couple of friendly results that'll go their way. Obviously, they're going to play a couple of home matches. When they make it to the next round, they're not playing in Canada anymore. Switzerland is there. Qatar will not be. There's just no reason to think they're going to do anything. They hosted the last World Cup and they didn't make it out of the group. They come all this way. It's not like their luck is going to change now. So that's who I've got as your top three in Group B. Group C, we've made a bit of an A adjustment. And Brazil and Morocco, they play on Friday. Morocco is winning that group. Brazil is not going to be first in that group. And I think there's a couple reasons for it, and I'm trying to not let recency bias completely take over. Brazil drew with Egypt over the weekend. Brazil lost their starting right back to injury. They don't have as much depth there as they're used to. I also believe that Marquinhos had a pretty terrible giveaway in the back, playing a ball back to the keeper, which led to a goal for Egypt. He's just coming off of a crazy long run for PSG. My concern there with Brazil is kind of similar to the concerns that people always have about France, where there's always drama, there's always things happening off the field. Neymar's there. Should he even be there? João Pedro from Chelsea has been scoring goals, didn't make this team. Carlo Ancelotti trying to pull this group together, and their first game is against Morocco. It's no different than if any of the other major teams were to lose or not win their first match. I think that the Brazilian press is going to be on Ancelotti from day one. I think Morocco will fly under the radar for that reason. I can see Morocco maybe even getting a sneaky win here, potentially, as I mentioned in the other video, but I got Morocco first for that reason. I think Brazil does move on. This does impact other matchups we talked about before, but yeah, Morocco to go through. And Haiti. I think Haiti's going to make the cut. I think as much as I love Scotland, I love Andy Robertson, I love Scott McTominay and all my countrymen, Haiti just dropped 4 on New Zealand. Scotland does not give up goals, but I do think scoring goals in this tournament is going to be a problem, even though recent form has showed otherwise. So there you go. Group D, going to give it to America. Coming back around on this. They inspired a lot of confidence for me over the weekend, even though they did not beat Germany. They did play very well against Senegal. They actually played really well against Germany. The ball should have ended up in the back of the net more times than it did. The only concern I have for the U.S. longer term here is going to be their defense, which is normally our strong suit. I do wonder if we have good enough center backs right now to get through, not just this group, but life beyond it. But either way, U.S. 1, Turkey 2, Paraguay 3, Aussie. Get back on the plane and go.
Yeah. What's his name? Chris Felica, the Bear, is not bullish on America. He seems to think Turkey's going to win the group. listen to him on it's either Saturday on VSiN on the morning line or whatever, but he seems to he's a firm believer in Turkey winning that group, the USA group.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I've gone back and forth on both.
And
And
why
that is
not?
one.
It's once every 4 years. Let's support our country.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. There you go. You said it.
That's why not?
Yeah, may as well. Group E, Germany is going to win that thing going away. I think this one's going to be more entertaining. I think that spot for 2 and 3 is going to be closer than people realize. Ecuador, again, we've talked a lot about how much altitude and temperature and travel and all these different factors are going to impact this World Cup. I think if there's a squad from this part of the world or Central and South America that can pull off a little bit of a surprise run, I do think it's Ecuador. They've got one of the best midfielders on the planet, and Moises Caicedo from Chelsea, who's going to be kind of running the show there. The conditions aren't going to be an issue. Those boys can run for 90 minutes. Ivory Coast, though, they just beat France last week in a unexpected result here as we get ready for the World Cup. I'm still riding with Ivory Coast in the second spot, but it would not surprise me at all if Ecuador slid their way up to number 2. Ivory Coast moved down to 3. Either way, Curacao, thanks for joining us. Group F, the Dutch will win, but I do think it will be close with Japan. I would not be shocked if they were separated on goal difference. Japan. This is the team that I am looking at. If you want value in an upset in a team that can go on a little bit of a run here, I think it's Japan. They are always organized. They're tough to break down. When you think about old German, very organized, very meticulous ways of football, like that's Japan. And they've got some guys up front with some quality in them who can score goals. They're always tough to beat. So I'm giving them the 2 spot, but don't be shocked if they go further in this tournament than you're playing.
You said you're giving Japan.
Japan's in the second spot in Group F. I think that
you can bet first, second. You can do like a horse racing thing, any order. You can do Netherlands and Japan at plus 120 on Bovada. Or if you do the exact order, Netherlands first, Japan second, it's almost 3-1 odds.
There we go. I will be taking one of those to the window once we're done. Once I can sort out my issues with Bovada. Group G, Belgium's going to win that thing. The rest of it, it's kind of a crapshoot. I'm picking Egypt because I know they've got a couple guys that can score goals. I cannot name a single player for Iran or New Zealand, so that's the logic there. Group H, done and dusted here. Spain's going to win that group. Uruguay, too. I was toying with I have Cape Verde actually making a surprise push there. Again, I think some of these countries that you're not expecting to come through will surprise us in the group stage, and I think Cape Verde is one of them. Saudi finishes 4, going home. Group I, no changes here. France 1, Senegal 2, Norway 3, Iraq 4. Group J, Argentina, Algeria, and Austria up top. I'm seeing that basically everywhere. Group K, we got Portugal. I've seen a split on Portugal and Colombia, which is interesting to me because a lot of people have Portugal.
Sharps are loving Colombia.
I mean, I totally get it. And which is interesting because a lot of the predictions that I've looked at, like Portugal's the 3rd most popular team to win the tournament. That's a lot of people that don't realize Cristiano Ronaldo is my age. Now, granted, the man's in incredible shape and there's depth there and that midfield's ridiculous. But I don't know. I just can't trust Portugal. I think they win the group, but yeah, Colombia I do think is capable of going on a run as well, so I'm not surprised the Sharps are there. Group L, I really wanted to drop England down because the English fans are already ready to riot, and the tournament hasn't even started yet. They are lacking.
Right about what?
They are ready to riot because all of their playmakers in midfield got left at home for this World Cup. So you have Harry Kane up top. And you've got some dynamic wingers like Bukayo Saka. You've got guys that, if they get the ball forward, they can really do something with it. But you're pretty much banking on Jude Bellingham to be a fully creative midfielder, which he has been able to do, but he's better as a second striker. So the talk from the English is, we don't have enough guys to pull off a couple 1-2 passes in midfield to get the ball to Harry Kane for him to score. That's why Harry Kane is not number 1 on a lot of like golden ball list right now. So I still think England wins the group. I think Croatia comes in second, Ghana third, Panama, thanks for playing. But the English are already ready to go, oh, it's not good. It's the usual glass half empty bullshit from the English to say, it is what it is. We're not going to win. So from there, we move through. We got the Czech Republic, the Swiss, Haiti, Paraguay, Ecuador, Sweden, Norway, and Austria moving on, which gets us into the knockout rounds where, because we made a few tweaks, Germany is going to knock out Paraguay on June 29th. France will take out Sweden. That's not a change for us. South Korea, I have now knocking out Canada at the beginning of the knockout stage.
I got a quick question.
I might have a quick answer.
When people do brackets normally for March Madness,
right?
A lot of handicappers I know, when they do them, they have to keep it a separate entity from betting on the games.
Yes.
One of which is me, because when you do an entire bracket, it affects. You have to worry about the
long term. Yeah,
you're factoring in the next game before the next game's even been played.
Sure.
How does that affect your handicap?
I mean, admittedly, it's tough. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's really like, as we get into the matchup starting on Thursday, I mean, I have Spain winning the whole thing. It's not like at some point and I've identified so far as well, I think Spain will lose to Uruguay in the group stage, and I'm obviously going to place that bet. That was my number one of the top 10 that I put together. But as far as how this prediction is going to impact the day-by-day matchups in the group stage, I'm probably only going to bet the matchups I previously identified, and then I'm playing heavy favorites throughout and leaning into parlays, in part so I can get results that I think are consistently going to happen in the group stage, but are also reflective of the vision for the greater bracket as well.
Gotcha.
If that answers your question.
Understood.
So, all right, moving on. I say the Dutch are going to beat Brazil. This is not a matchup I had in the original bracket, but since I now have Brazil finishing second, they're in the spot Morocco was in the last time we talked about it. And I just don't believe in Brazil. With all due respect to Brazil, I think they will be out of here before July 1st. Morocco is going to beat Japan. Senegal is going to beat Ivory Coast. Mexico will beat Haiti. England's going to beat Norway. I really thought about taking Norway in that one, but I just can't. Colombia, I'm with sharp money there. Spain, Algeria. The U.S. will beat the Swiss in a game that'll not be fun to watch. It'll be 1-0. Belgium, Czech Republic, Argentina over Uruguay, Turkey over Egypt, go home Mo Salah. Bosnia over Austria, Portugal over Ecuador. Then we get to the meat and potatoes. Germany and France. We've identified that one before. We got France over Germany. That is a flip for me. Or actually, no, it's not. France will beat Germany on the 4th in Philly. The Dutch over South Korea, setting up a fun matchup there in the semis or the quarters. Morocco over Senegal. I really wanted to take Morocco to go all the way, but I'm not. I'm saying quarters, maybe semifinals again, but that's it. England over Mexico, Colombia, the run will end against Spain, but I do think if anybody's going to beat them in the knockout rounds, it's Colombia. I want to say that the U.S. will finally beat Belgium, giving you and I redemption for the game we watched together 12 years ago. I do not think that's going to happen. Too much quality there. Argentina over Turkey, Portugal over Bosnia, which gets us into the quarters. France is going to beat the Dutch. The Dutch drought goes on. Spain over Belgium. I feel like these matchups always happen. And then England over Morocco, as much as it pains me, and Messi will beat Ronaldo in our previously identified hot as shit matchup in Kansas City. Spain over France, Argentina over England, and then Spain beats Argentina at the end. That is the World Cup, as I currently believe it to be at 2:02 Eastern Time on Monday, June 8th.
All right. So that's your bracket. Give me some actionable. Wait, what's today? Let me hang on 1 second.
We are 72 hours out from kick.
So give me some action through the 14th. I'm just going to throw some shit at you. Mexico's minus 250 on the money line against South Africa.
Mexico.
You can get South Africa plus 1.5.
Plus 1.5. I like that.
Let me see how it's juiced. It's fucking too juicy. Fuck. You can get plus 1 at 1 plus 120. So if they draw, you're good. Because if they draw in the group stage, they draw. They just you draw, you play on.
Yeah. Until you get to the last matchup. That's it.
So plus money on South Africa plus 1. That's a good look, huh?
I like that.
Okay.
Pulling up the odds myself now.
Let's see. You already said South Korea. That's going to be a fucking match. Over under 2, South Korea and Chechnya or Czechia?
I guess that's
the Czech Republic.
Yeah, it's the Czech Republic, I guess.
But I thought Bosnia Herzegovina was a Czech Republic.
That's probably a question for our geography podcast to go through.
I'd just like to know which team is which.
I mean, Bosnia is
Czechoslovakia. They changed the names and it fucked me up. I don't watch the news because it's too dark, and so I don't know.
No, I'm with you. It fucked me up for a minute too. But yes, it is. It is.
That South Korea. Oh, they got it set at 2 goals even.
2 goals even for
South Korea and Czechia.
That is an odd number.
No 2.5. They got 2.
Did it start at 2?
I didn't come in prepared for this, so I have no way of pulling it up. And
you're fine. Yeah, that is. And of course, I'm on action, and they're not giving me. I've got 2.5 here, so
it should be plus money.
Yeah, it is over 2.5. Yeah, that's my lean. There is over 2.5 for the former Czech Republic and South Korea. And then I love the plus 1.5 for South Africa against Mexico. I do see an early goal for Mexico because the crowd would just go fucking crazy. But I don't see them winning by 4 or anything like that. I mean, South Africa, I can't tell you much about, but Mexico is not the Mexico they have always been. So that's what I see happening on Thursday. And then
USA, Paraguay.
That number is set at 2.5. That feels USA scored 4 goals in their last 2 games against far superior opponents. Let me see what our spread is here if I can get one. I don't understand why this won't load.
USA is minus 104 on the money line. I can find probably better odds somewhere else, but they got Paraguay plus 295. And the draw is plus 245.
I don't see a draw. I think the US wins. And the value really in that one is over 2.5. I'm seeing at plus 130. That to me is a interesting play. Like, the concern here again is the US's defense, because I hate to say it, if our boy Miles Robinson, former Atlanta United center back, is starting, he was responsible for 3 of the goals they gave up over the last 2 weeks, and some of them were pretty dreadful. I'm inclined to go over 2.5. I feel like this team is going to.
Bovada's got the Asian handicap where you get over 2 and then over 2.5. So if they score 2 goals, you get half the bet. And if they score 3 goals, you get the whole bet, and it's at plus 1.
Right. Yeah, that makes total sense to me. So
and Brazil against Morocco, they've got that number, Brazil on the money line. It is a trap. It is a trap. It's just a trap. Anytime you see minus 150, do not bet it. They have Brazil at minus 150. You're better off betting fucking Morocco at plus 450 to win, or the draw at plus 270.
Yep. You took the words out of my mouth, and I said that in the 10 bets for the group stage video. I'm seeing plus 488 and plus 450 right now for Morocco to win.
Yeah, Bovada's got shit odds. You can find much better than plus 450. You can probably find plus 500 somewhere.
Yeah, Poly Market right now is showing 488. I mean, I don't care if it's even plus 400. That's
That's worth it.
They are betting on people that don't know that Brazil is not what Brazil used to be. That's what the books are going off of. So
that's why they're hanging that 150. Because if Brazil was what they were, the price is dead wrong. If Brazil was what the books thought they were, this would be minus 225 to minus 250.
I think it's also, even though I'm seeing under 2.5 right now at minus 130, I feel like that is pretty locked in. There's not going to be a shit ton of goals in this matchup. There's not value in that bet straight up. Usually a lot of these apps, like I know Underdog yells at me every time, you can't parlay multiple bets from the same match. Parlay like a Swiss win over Qatar or something like that to give yourself some value. But yeah, that's 100%. Take Morocco plus 450, under 2.5. Parlay that under 2.5 with another bet you have for World Cup or something else. That's where your value is going to be.
I'm trying to see which any others catch my eye. Australia, Turkey.
Australia is not good. So I wish I had harder analysis or like greater analysis for you.
No, they got Turkey at minus 135.
That's what I'm looking at.
Australia's plus 380. That kind of tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah, I like, there's a part of me that would say like a draw no bet kind of thing if available, just to kind of CYA. But Turkey should roll over Australia. With all due respect to Australia, this shouldn't even be a.
Why are we showing all due respect to Australia?
I work with Aussies. I'm just trying to be nice. I don't know where the viewers are coming from. I know they're Googling the WNBA.
If their club sucks, it sucks. It's not disrespectful to tell them their club sucks. Australia. Oh, Haiti, Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Haiti's bad. Yeah.
But they did. I got Haiti going through over Scotland. So this is again where you're like, how do you not?
It's at plus 550. You're almost getting 6-1 for them to win the match, which it might end in a draw. But
yeah, I mean, if you can get a Haiti
to score a goal,
yeah, for sure. Over 2.5, minus 115, under minus 110. I don't see a shit ton of goals in this one either. Like, I think again, like these matchups are going to be so lopsided with the game. Like there's going to be a lot of blowouts potentially at certain points, and then there's going to be games like a lot of them are going to be 0-0 or 1-0. So yes, I like Haiti to get a goal as much as it pains me, because the last time Scotland made a major tournament, they got their shit rocked in the first 45 minutes in the Euros. So I don't think that'll necessarily change now.
That's all I got for now. Anyway, I hadn't done a deep dive yet. I'm gonna listen to the five podcasts I've got loaded up to just get other opinions and other angles that people are taking, because there's so many.
There's so
many angles.
There's so much, and admittedly, it's funny because when I was texting with you about like the individual award winners and all that stuff, because everybody forgets to give out those trophies, and yes, you can bet on those on Bovada, and I'm looking at Underdog right now at time of recording. And what's funny is, my brain was saying, oh, maybe I can get this guy for like a golden ball winner. And then you just realize like just how much, there's so many people to choose from. There's so many potential bets here.
It's too many.
It is admittedly too many.
Yeah, Golden Gloves, I guess, best goalie.
It is. It's always the least amount of goals given up. Emi Martinez from Argentina won that last time. And for those who have forgotten what happened at the end of the last World Cup final, he literally got the trophy and then grabbed his dick and thrust it towards the camera. So made the entire world angry. I like Unai Simon.
The World Cup. I'd tell him to eat it too.
Yeah,
you got to pick between 55 goalies to decide who's going to get the Golden Glove.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, out of the folks who are listed here, Allison from Brazil plus 600. Brazil's not going to be there. Jordan Pickford, English goalie. No. He has short arms. That's a thing. That's a whole thing on the internet. Jordan Pickford having short arms. Mike Mangan is the France goalie. I do think you've got an opportunity there at plus 456 for value. Unai Simon, the Spanish goalie, plus 426 is what I got right now. And then Emi Martinez, again, for Argentina, plus 355. I'm not going Emi Martinez because Argentina is old, especially on defense. So Emi is fantastic, but if he faces 10 shots, he's not stopping all 10. So
gotcha.
Unai Simon, Mike Mangan, those are my initial thoughts for the Golden Glove winner. Best young player is a crazy one. I mean, there's only a handful of guys listed, and the odds for this are, at least on Underdog, are juiced so highly towards a center back for Spain that at minus 3,000, don't even consider it. The Fair Play Award.
Lamine Yamal.
So he's actually listed at plus 100 on Underdog, but there's a center back for Spain, Dean Huijsen, who actually played for Bournemouth, is now at Real Madrid. He's at minus 3,300 to win that award. That has to be a glitch. It's the only thing I can think of. Lamine Yamal is going to be
not even listed here,
which is great. But Lamine Yamal is going to be listed as a favorite for almost every major individual award in this tournament. He is actually Underdog's favorite for the Golden Ball, ahead of Kylian Mbappe and Harry Kane and Messi. But for a young player award, I like Desiree Douillet, which I'm probably mispronouncing that, but winger from France, plays for PSG, has been an absolute baller. I'm hesitant to pick a France or a French individual player outside of him because they have so many stars and there's only one ball and they've already had some bullshit before training camp starts. I like the idea of the forgotten man who can put the ball in the back of the net. He's been that for PSG. He can be that for France too. So I love that opportunity. And the Golden Boot winner, there's a reason Mbappe and Kane are the top two. I love Erling Haaland, at least in this setting. I hate him in the Premier League for obvious reasons. But, I mean, for me, I'm going to say, this is the crazy thing. Kylian Mbappe is like 26 years old. If he scores 5 goals in this tournament, he will have scored the most ever goals scored in World Cup history already. And he's and he's going to have at least 2, probably 3 more World Cups on top of it. He's already won a medal. Harry Kane, slightly lower odds there. But again, Mbappe has other options. He doesn't fit into the France system as well because France loves to press from the top. Mbappe doesn't play defense. It's like everybody's not. Trae Young doesn't play any defense. Not to equate Kylian Mbappe and Trae Young, but it's the same thing of the guy can score, but if he's not.
But he can't stop anybody.
Yeah. So for that reason, right now, I hate to say it, old 5-head, Harry Kane, that's my pick. I'm actually going to take that to the window right now. Golden Boot winner. Lock that
7-1 is not enough for me. You would want who you would think is going to be in your final 4, of which you think the England's going to be in the final 4.
Yeah,
or thereabouts.
I've got England there. I've got France there. I've got Spain there, and I've got Argentina there. Like Messi at plus 1,300. Like, how do you say no to that? You've got the same odds
Yeah, I
on
got him
Messi
at.
and
I'm looking
Ronaldo.
at him at 16, and then Michael Oyarzabal from Spain at 11-1.
Other one to think about, or the ones to think about for me, which kind of tie into some of the Champions League bets that we've done. Lamine Yamal, you mentioned him earlier. I've got him at essentially 16-1. Julian Alvarez was a goal machine for Atletico Madrid. He is the starting striker for Argentina. Messi is not going to be at the top of the box. Messi's
Mm-hmm.
passing that ball to somebody. That is going to be Julian Alvarez. As I'm talking about it now, I'm betting Julian Alvarez and Harry Kane. Those are my two guys there
Those are
for
your
the
two.
Golden
Yeah,
Ball.
one. Yeah, because well, Alvarez here on Bovada, which he's 22-1, so on Polymarket he's probably going to be better.
Yep.
And Harry Kane is 7-1 here on Bovada, which means on Polymarket he should probably be around 8 or 9-1.
Yep. Those are my
That's
two,
great.
man.
And then my lawn guys show up right now.
That's fine. I can't hear him. So
Good, 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 good.
I think that just about covers it for the World Cup for now. I will also, so the audience knows, I'll look to do my own degenerate footy digest every day. So if you have an interest in it through the group stages, follow along. I'll let Jemiah stay in his lane. I will very much run with this one and pull in some of the metrics that we used in the longer form video. Please go give that a look as well, and kind of give you guys some more insights into all the things we're looking at besides just this to make the best bets we can for the World Cup. So
yeah, the top 10 bet video is cool. It's 32 minutes. That is very much worth your time. Go watch the video, learn some shit, make some bets, and like the video, subscribe to the channel. All it takes is a tenth of a second, and it really helps us out, guys.
That would be awesome. So, Jambo, what do you got for baseball, or anything else you want to talk about?
I've got 3 baseball plays today. I'm gonna ride this system probably for the rest of my life. Any team coming off Sunday night baseball, traveling across the country to play another game the next night, I'm gonna fade them. Now, granted, and that means we're betting on the Washington Nationals, who everybody was down on, but these guys can really hit. Pitching is suspect at times, and Miles Mikolas is going, and Miles Mikolas is not good. If I can get him to survive 4 innings, not blow up, not get crushed against a pretty anemic San Francisco Giants offense. They just finished extra innings on Sunday Night Baseball against the Cubs. Then they got to fly back out to San Francisco. Washington got about a half a day's head start on them without having to go to extra innings. So we're taking the Nationals just based on, look, Logan Webb is good, but we're taking the Nationals just based on the San Francisco Giants team's offense being anemic, and those boys are just fucking tired. I'm just going to go with that. Next up, we're on the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line against the Boston Red Sox. I got it at plus 103. If you don't see plus money on this team, skip this bet completely. Connor Early's pitching for Boston. ERA is 3.26. Sounds good, but he's getting hit. 90 exit velocity average is like 90 miles an hour. Hard hit rate is 43.5%. Barrel rate's like 12, which is insane. It should be around, there's no should be, but around 7 is where you want it. And this dude's getting hit. And I just think in this spot, Tampa, it's a get right spot for Tampa, even though we were on the Red Sox yesterday. Shout out to the dude in the comments, said, great read on the Red Sox. Brother, let me tell you something right quick. I don't even know your name, and I'm not going to acknowledge your name. But what I am going to tell you is you don't have to have a winning record in baseball to be winning. And the past 30 days in baseball, as a matter of fact, our record is 27 wins and 31 losses, and we're up 3 units. So good read on the Yankees. We went 0-3 yesterday. 2 days before that, we went 0-4, and we're still up with a losing record. So learn what you're speaking about, sir, whoever you may be. And you don't have to have a winning record in baseball to make money. You only have to hit 42 to 45% of your bets if you're only betting underdogs. And that's all we're doing. And the last bet on the baseball card is Cincinnati Reds first 5. We're taking Andrew Abbott for the Cincinnati Reds for the first 5 against Walker Buehler. I don't want to get the bullpens involved in this. It's at plus 107. So $10 will bring you back almost $21. Walker Buehler has not been good this year. And I think that continues. And this Cincinnati team is surprising. They're not as bad as people thought they were going to be. So those are the 3 baseball bets. It's Rays, Reds first 5, Nationals on the money line. And then for the NBA, I think I added 1 bet because this guy's just been lights out. Landry Shamet for the Knicks over 8.5 points. Put that in your prize picks. Put that in your underdog fantasy. Put that wherever you want. I also like this over 1.5 threes, but it's juiced way wrong. So I'm definitely not betting that. And the last one I added, for the rest of the bets, you'll have to go listen to the other pod or catch the shorts that I popped up. But I had to put one just disgusting bet in here, and I did in the WNBA, and it's the Seattle Storm plus 16.5 against the Las Vegas Aces. Seattle gets Dominic Malonga back, who they're basically building their entire franchise around. She's back from concussion protocol, and this line has gone from 14 to 15 to 16. I grabbed it at 16.5. I don't think the Aces care enough about this game to really attempt to blow these ladies out. Granted, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is a Commissioner's Cup game where point differential does matter. But once you get above that threshold of 9 or 10 points in a lead, you're also worrying about staying healthy. And Las Vegas has the pretty much just go ahead and give her the award for sixth player of the year in Kennedy Carter, who used to play for the Dream, who's averaging 17 points a game off the bench. But she's got a shoulder right now, and Las Vegas really can't afford to lose anybody else. So I think they're going to win this game. Just get out of there, and they'll be fine. But the Storm plus 16.5 and Landry Shamet over 8.5 points tonight in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. And everything else, you'll have to check out the other pod, guys, that I did earlier this morning. It says it in bright yellow letters: NBA Finals Game 3! And like and subscribe to the video. And that's all I got, man.
My dumbass, while you were talking, was trying to set up a parlay for tonight with the picks you just shared, and realized, I couldn't do a Seattle Storm win and our boy Landry Shamet, or whatever his name is. Like, Jesus Christ, he's been balling out. So if there's any, like, the second you said his name, I'm like, whatever the number is, go over.
8.5.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go dig into the finals video as well so I can complete my parlay, but taking these to the window. So,
well, I was going to say, is just take the points with the Storm. They're not winning that game, but 16.5 is a lot. Actually, I'll just go through the rest of them. While we're here, and we're about to close it out. We're at 50-something minutes, which is cool. It's whatever. But Victor, we're taking Wemby. He's getting grown man out there, and I think it continues tonight, especially with the crowd being as nuts as it's going to be. We're taking Wemby under 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He can have a phenomenal game and still not get this number. He can go for 29 and 11 boards and still not get over 41.5. So feels like a sucker bet to me, and I'm gonna take the sucker bet. I'm taking the over. Feels like a sucker bet to me, so I'm going the other way. I'm taking the under, and we're taking the Rook Dylan Harper over 13.5 points. And we are taking the Catman, who has been just dominating the series, in my opinion, the MVP of the series. And I should have bet him when it was 8-1, but we're taking him over 29.5 points in rebounds. And we're also taking him over 1.5 3-point field goals made. In the WNBA, not that anybody cares, but I do. Breanna Stewart over 19.5 points for the New York Liberty. Aaliyah Boston for the Indiana Fever over 13.5 points. Kiki Iriefin for the Washington Mystics over 9.5 rebounds. That's a plus money bet, and it's really, I love that one. Kelsey Mitchell for the Fever over 19.5 points. Anissa Morrow for the Connecticut Sun over 11.5 rebounds. And then the under in the Mystics and Fever game, wait until tip off for that. I got a bad number. I'm still getting some good closing line value, but I got a bad number. It's at 170.5. I've got it under 169.5, and the under in the Connecticut Sun and Liberty game under 162.5, because Sabrina Ionescu is still out. Brittany Griner came to Atlanta to play one game, apparently, played great, and then Atlanta pulled away, and now she's back out. So, and Connecticut couldn't hit a bull in the ass with a handful of rocks. Like, those girls put forth the effort, but they can't shoot for shit.
They're 2-10. Are they putting forth the effort?
They're putting forth the effort. They try, but it's like watching a kid try.
Just the way you said that answered all. Yeah. Okay. Clear. No, that's awesome. And also, very quickly, if you didn't see my text yesterday, the number one way that people are finding our content on YouTube right now is by searching for the Dallas Wings. So as much as you say nobody cares about the WNBA, my brother, they at least care about Dallas. So
of course they care about Dallas. That's why I got the comment from the guy when I said Ozzy Fudd's name wrong. Ozzy, Woozy. It's a Wazzy. It's a Woozy. I don't know.
I don't even know the person's name in general. But hey,
she's a goddamn baller, and she's literally playing in the backcourt with her girlfriend, which is dope. And Dallas is just kicking ass right now. So Dallas Wings are on fire. They are going to make the playoffs, and I believe we have a bet on them over their win total.
That's it.
I put that in a month ago. I have no idea. So
it's okay. Not a today problem. So anything else you want to bet or discuss while we're here? Do you want to talk? Let's see what else is available for me to bet on.
Well, today's a slow day. There's not a lot of sharp action out there. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just talking shit. So you're good.
No, I will be having. I've got 2 betting previews done. Let me see for NCAA football. For week 0. But I think what I'm going to do is let me make sure so I can tell you honestly which 2 I have. Where did you? There we go. The first game I have UNLV and Memphis. And then I also have North Carolina and TCU. They're playing over in Dublin. So I've got season previews for all 4 of those teams and previews for both of those games. I'm going to have season previews for every game, week 0 and week 1, every team, every game, every matchup, every spread, every total, every over under. And I'm doing this in June for a reason, to put this bug in your ear so you can see these lines now. And when the games come around at the end of August, you can see in real time how the public perception will move these lines. I'm not going to tell you to bet any of these right now. No. Maybe some of the win totals, but I'm not going to tell you to bet any of these right now for college football. But what you will be able to see is how the lines move based on public perception. And I mean, honestly, some people just bet the shit for the logos on the helmet, man. So it's a learning experience, and it's going to be good. And I would rather get ahead of it than behind it. So we're going to be starting that probably into this week, honestly, because baseball, I mean, I'm going to have 3 to 4 to 5 plays a day. I'm not going to spend a lot of time posting videos on it. I'm betting up on the price. They are underdogs. We are going to have a losing record in baseball, but we are going to be profitable in baseball. That's just the way it goes. WNBA is coming into focus after a shitty May. Just trying to get my shit together, and it's coming together. And tonight's going to be a good night. So that's all I got.
Fair. Well, then I've already taken up 57 minutes of your time and the audience's time. So thank one, thank you to you. 2, thank you to the audience for allowing the slightly sleep-deprived, tired dad to attempt to form subject-verb agreements out loud. As Jemiah said multiple times, please make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, engage with the content. It helps us tremendously. The road to 500, we are on it now. Help us get there, guys. It really does mean the world to us.
And tell me my picks are shit in the comments. I like it. Make fun of my hair in the comments. I like it. I'm refusing to wear sleeves for a little while because it's summertime in Georgia and it's humid as shit. Make fun of me for that in the comments. I'm here for it.
No further comment than that. And yeah. Okay, so no sleeves for Jemiah. Noted. I wasn't aware that was a thing, but at least now we have continuity to look for across the platform during the month of June and July.
Well, I mean, maybe until tomorrow. I'm probably going to wear sleeves tomorrow.
Fair enough.
It was 2 days in a row, or two pods in a row. I didn't wear sleeves, and I was like, oh, all right, yeah, it's a thing. It's not going to be a thing. I'm not going back to the gym.
It's already dead.
Fucking chicken arms are just going to, it's already a thing. Fuck. God damn it. I'm going to be Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the videos.
That should be the intro.
Me doing karate?
Just karate. Yeah.
I have a video in Costa Rica of me on anesthesia doing karate.
No comment.
Yeah, well, Zoa has said video, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Anyway, I have other questions. We'll take them offline. But guys, thank you for engaging. We appreciate you. It's nice to see you guys. Again. We'll catch you guys later.
Don't bet what you can't afford to lose. If a bet makes you sweat, you ain't doing it right, man.
There we
go. See you guys next time.
Deuces.